sits in the number 4 spot, and he is just a little over a straightaway ahead of your leader.
And he's dealing with traffic like no other right now. He's got Guglielmani in front of him. He's got a couple other vehicles as well, all taking up different lines. So it's real hard to weave through when they're all nose to tail. Oh, right in front of him. Around goes the 98, and it collects Joey Tanner's car.
Tanner with a phenomenal job at driving, only going to lose 1 spot to the 4 of Pappenhausen, but that wreck collected the Sandman, Rob Sanders. Is that the 98 machine? I believe that's Kylie Ricardo that lost it. Rob Sanders, a good job of driving a jump on the binders, just as we talked about a caution. Caution comes out, and we're going to bunch these guys up. We're going to settle it here in the closing laps. We have 25 down, 5 to go.
Yeah, now we're going to have everybody who was stretched out, not so much.
Well, and I believe because we have 5 laps or less, we're going to put the back markers, the lap cars at the back, and bunch up the top 5. Am I right when I say that, gentlemen?
It should be. It should be lap cars to the back of the field in their starting positions. And a single file restart inside of 5 laps.
Tanner trying to make his way up through the lap traffic.
Well, either way, Pappenhausen will restart ahead of him. I believe I'm correct when I say that.
I believe it goes to the previous lap.
We go back to the last completed lap, so that'll put the 111 ahead of the 4 car. Okay, interesting turn of events here in the closing stages. So the top 5 will be Cody Laney, Bobby Hogue.
1 lap ago, it looked like Tanner was barely a straightaway ahead of Cody Laney, waiting to get lapped. Now he's less than 20 feet behind him.
Right. This could be very interesting to see what these guys do here.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can you have that whole seat, that whole concrete piece, but you're only going to need the edge.
You're only going to use the edge here in the last 5. I'll tell you what's impressive. We just looked at Sanders' car down the front straightaway last time by. Not a mark on it. He got that car stopped. No contact made with the 98. Good job of driving from Rob Sanders.
Yeah,
Laney's on the point. Hogue running second. Bartels, Tanner, and Pappenhausen are your top 5. Then it's Shaver, Trimble, Guglielmani, Sanders, Reeves. The C4 is, what's his last name? Sorry.
James Cornelius. Oh, he was running 2 classes tonight too.
Yes, he has been. And I should have known that.
With the C4 car in both of them.
Behind Cornelius is a 74 of Souza. Then it's Lightfoot, Coffee, then Lightfoot. I do believe our running order is correct. We're going to put Rick Coffey. Looks like he's making a couple moves. He will be ahead of the C4 machine of Cornelius.
Put in front of the 37 as well.
He picked up quite a few spots there under caution. Not sure what happened, why he was lap cars to the back. I think that's what they're doing right there.
Yeah, I think he might be the last car on the lead lap.
I think you are correct, sir. Okay. 25 laps down, 5 to go. Single file restart. Going to go green next time out of turn number 4. We are setting up for one heck of a finish here. Cody Laney on the point in the Pete Van Eiderstein-owned machine. Bobby Hogue sits second. Bartels. Every one of those guys have won here at the Budweiser Nationals. The 111 of Tanner sits in the 4th spot. And Pappenhausen, here we go, back underway in racing. Green flag for your Super Late Model A main event. Night number 1 of the Budweiser Nationals.
Problem with Tanner, slides up early, loses a spot there to Pappenhausen. Drop back to the 5th spot, but he's not going to give it up without a fight as he motors around the high side. Cody Laney still your leader. Bobby Hogue in second. Bartels in third. They're all about 3 car lengths separating each and every one of them. Top 5 cars all look very equal.
Pappenhausen slips to the top of the racetrack, gave up a half a straightaway at a turn 2 to the 111 at Tanner. Top 4 cars, like you said, spread out about 2-3 car lengths between each one of them. Cody Laney has been dominant from the early stages. He's going to take the white flag this time by, looking for another guitar here at the Budweiser Nationals. It looks like he may walk out of here with some hardware. Laney, Hogue, Bartels, and Tanner. Your winner at a turn number 4, Cody Laney, picks up the feature here on night number 1. Hogue will finish second, Bartels third, Tanner fourth. Rounding out the top 5 is the 4P of Richard Pappenhausen. Impressive run from Cody Laney from top to bottom. He was clearly the class of the field in this one, gentlemen.
That is a big win to pick up in front of the 2H of Bobby Hogue the fourth. Picking up win right here for the Budweiser Nationals for Cody Laney in the 32B.
Let me ask you a question. If you're Cody Laney, you do your interview, you get the car back to the crew. Do you tell them we need to make any changes on this machine after what you just saw?
And it's going to be hard to make any type of changes
Absolutely
on that 32B with a performance like that.
Absolutely not. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That was clearly the class of the field. An impressive run for Laney. And Bobby Hogue, he'll be right there tomorrow night. Bartels, I thought, looked really good, especially on the long run. He stayed right there with those guys.
He was right there, long run. That car looked good all night long as well, did Nick Bartels in that 27 in. But once again, the class of the field all night long. Even if he had a transponder in that car, he probably would have qualified P1 in the 32B because it looked that good in qualifying.
Absolutely.
But just didn't have a transponder in it so we could see the lap times.
And a great run by Joey Tanner, starting dead last and finishing fourth behind those 3 cars there on the front stretch. We'll see if they make any changes or what they learn tonight for night number 2 coming up tomorrow as racing starts. Qualifying starts at 5 o'clock. I love it. Night number 1 turned out pretty well. We kind of worried there with track conditions in the middle of the program, but the track crew made a great adjustment, threw some water down, and a great racetrack here for the features. John, your thoughts overall on day number 1?
Day number 1's in the books. It was a fantastic night of racing, action-packed as promised, and it's going to be even better in night number 2. But I think we're going to send it down to Mike Patterson down there in Victory Lane with
all
the
right,
32B.
ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner of the Super Late Models, none other than Cody Laney in the 32B machine. There's a little hardware for you there, Cody. Come on up, take some pictures. Budweiser and Bud Light ladies hitting here.
You should have...
All right, I'm over here. Cody Laney. Another big win for you out here. First time out here at Bakersfield Speedway in the 32B, and you put it in Victory Lane.
Yeah, it's a pretty good way to bring it to here for the first time. I got to thank Pete Van Aderstein for letting me do this deal, and I'm glad we could put it up here in Victory Lane for him.
Well, Pete was sweating it a little bit because you coming up from Torrance area over there, you almost didn't make it here in time.
Yeah, it took us about 5 hours to get here. That was pretty miserable.
Well, I guess you made the most of it here. Who else do you want to thank on this machine?
Obviously Pete Van Aderstein. He lets me do this deal. My mom and my dad, they work super hard for me. Bartels, Harley Davidson. There's a lot of people who help me out. I just can't thank them enough.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner in the Super Late Models, Cody Laney in the 32B machine. Back up to you guys in the booth.
overall, a very impressive night of racing here on night number 1 from the Budweiser Nationals. I am going to say, if I have to give out an award, the run of the night, the most impressive run of the night, I have to give to Nicholas Johnson, starting 14th in the hobby stock field and winning that show. Incredible run. But, man, overall, the feature segment of tonight's racing program, I thought went very, very well, given what we saw with some of the track conditions, some of the adjustments made. Can't ask for anything better than what we ended up with. Night number 2 will be much better. It always is. The racing, these guys got to figure, they've got an idea what the track is going to do. Already, track prep equipment on the track. These guys are serious here at the Budweiser Nationals at Bakersfield Speedway. They are on the track with some equipment, getting ready to go to work and, as they say, farm the clay and give us a surface for tomorrow night. We're going to see these guys rip it up, throw some water down, start packing, probably put the sheep's foot on it like they do after this show every year. Man, looking forward to night number 2. John, you going to stick around and talk post-race, or are you jumping out of here?
I think I might actually get out of here.
Can't blame you.
Call it an early. Well, it can't say
it's not
early night.
It's not early.
We made it till midnight, so we'll see. I might go down and do a little bit of mingling with some of the family and friends I have down in the pits down there and see how they feared for night number 1. See how much work they have to do on their vehicles to get them ready for night number 2. As you said, it's going to be another great night of racing action. Another 3 full shows one for the late models, one for the sport mods, and one for the Pet Boys IMCA modifieds. Once again, a fantastic showing for all classes here tonight, and it's going to be even better tomorrow.
Well, let me compliment you while we're on the air. Now, you've been an announcer the last couple of months, new to the big track stuff. Coming out of the RC ranks, now announcing on the big tracks. A couple of months into your career, you're announcing the Budweiser Nationals. How did it go? How do you think it went for your first Budweiser Nationals behind the mic here in the Mike Mosier Tower?
Not too bad. I had a fantastic time. I had fun. I had a blast doing it. That's the most important thing to me. If I'm out here having a good time, that is the most important thing. As long as all the people are getting the information they need to hear and we're having a good time up here, nothing can go wrong.
Absolutely. Well, I got to say, it was a pleasure to work with you. Looking forward to tomorrow night, and I think we're going to have even more fun. Be ready to rock and roll because it's going to go down big time tomorrow night. It's been a pleasure, John. Thank you, sir.
Corey, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be here about 4 p.m. We'll get cars on the track, do a little wheel packing, track prep, and we'll get into night number 2.
Absolutely, sir. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll get Mike back up here in the...
I'm back, guys.
There he is. All right. I want to take a couple minutes and talk with Mike here on the post-race show on Spreaker Radio.
Oh, I'm back. Whew, that's a heck of a walk. I was talking with Carla Laney and Bobby Hogue, and Bobby told me, oh, you turned me off.
No, I didn't. I just turned you down.
Okay, there we go. I can hear now. Yeah, but I was talking with Bobby Hogue and a couple of those guys, and Bobby was saying I was foot all the way through, and I just couldn't catch him.
Yeah, that 32B of Cody Laney was on point. They nailed the setup. Incredible to watch how smooth that kid is, even on a track that was as slick as what we were looking at.
Yeah, and it was very challenging. Not only was it just a slick track, but it was a tricky slick track.
Very, very. It wasn't all about momentum, as they say. It was about smooth and to hold that pedal all the way to the floor. I don't know how Bobby Hogue can do it on that type of surface, but if anybody can, Hogue is a guy that can do that. Very, very smooth. Top 3-4 cars, very, very quick. Don't have to be fast to be quick, and you know what I'm talking about. They were keeping the power on the ground. They were keeping the cars straight. They weren't breaking loose. They weren't scrubbing off any speed, and they looked absolutely phenomenal. These guys learned a lot here on night number 1. They're going to apply that to the race cars. Maybe tweak the chassis here or there. Maybe it's shock adjustment, springs. You know how these guys do it. It can be as simple as moving a 4-bar, one of the 4 bars, up 1 hole or down 1 hole.
Yeah, it's going to be, those guys that were up front, it's going to be a one minute change. But those guys that were in the back, like the Lightfoots, they're going to have yard sale changes tomorrow to try to catch it. But
There'll be a couple guys doing that.
Yeah, I hope that those guys that are making those changes anticipate correctly.
If you think about what we said on the air earlier in the racing program, we talked about, there's really 4 guys here I think we considered that would be the guys to win it, and those guys all finished 1,
Top
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I mean, and they were awesome.
The only one we had missed out